All right, Chad, we got a talking hat. The most painful fast food deaths ever.
Raise the roof. It was just another Saturday night in Harriman, Utah, a quiet suburb 30 minutes outside Salt Lake City. At a local Domino's, orders were taken, pizzas were baked, and both customers and employees alike conversed with each other.
Since I'm closing tonight, can I get the ox?
No.
Bro, please.
No.
Please.
No! Stop asking me. Just shut up and make pizzas.
My ox is so good, man.
Bro,
Just
I
look.
hate these
I
type
got
of people.
LaFoom.
Bro, you need to have fun at work. Work is literally work, bro. It's all about being miserable. Why not have some fun, man? Just put the ox on. Stop being too professional. You work at a food restaurant, fast food restaurant. Let's have some fun, man. Come on.
6ix9ine, Diddy, and Bebopa.
What?
Bebopa? Bedoa Booty. I also got Miles, man. Just please, dude.
Miles
I want to
is
be on
crazy.
ox.
Shut up! Your taste sucks. That's why your girl left you. Just make the f***ing pizzas.
However, amidst all the friendly banter, an SUV tangled in a 3-car accident would veer off its course and smash directly into the Domino's pizza. And as if the crash itself wasn't bad enough, it would also rupture a hidden gas line underneath the building.
What?
Within seconds, fire erupted.
Oh, I thought it blew up.
Watched in shock as flames consumed the vehicle. Inside, 2 people were trapped. That's when 2 courageous strangers risked their lives, pulling the driver and passenger out just minutes before the SUV was swallowed by the fire. As firefighters rushed in, trying to control the blaze, the building exploded. The blast tore apart the Domino's, sending debris flying into the night sky and causing significant damage to the businesses next door, a Jimmy John's and a Supercuts.
Bro, forget about that. Forget about these establishments. What happened to the people?
Nobody was injured and everybody survived.
What?
Even the firefighters standing near the restaurant when it exploded managed to walk away unharmed. The Domino's, however, was reduced to rubble. What had been a neighborhood pizza joint became the epicenter of one of Harriman's most destructive accidents.
Okay, fair. Now we could care about the establishments. People come first, bro. Anytime people get into an accident, be like, no, my car. Bro, worry about the body, or worry about, like, are you good? If you're good, then you can worry about your car. You feel me?
The Mayo incident. It was supposed to be just another quiet evening shift at a Subway near
Mayo
downtown Atlanta. The kind of Sunday where the streets slow down and customers trickle in for a late-night sandwich. Inside, 2 young employees were working, doing their jobs, making food, and chatting with regulars. As the customers sat down to enjoy their food, the door smashed open and a very odd-looking man walked up to the counter to order a sandwich.
Oh, no.
What happened next would quickly turn everybody's night into a complete nightmare.
Oh, my God.
With what seemed like an insignificant and easily resolvable issue, tensions began to rise. The disagreement, which could have ended with a simple solution, instead festered, and the customer's anger built up until it boiled over.
Oh.
Words turned into threats. Threats turned into physical exclamations. And before you knew it, the psychopath pulled out a weapon.
What?
In seconds, before anyone could react, fate was already sealed. The 26-year-old woman immediately collapsed behind the counter, unfortunately unresponsive. And her 24-year-old co-worker was also terribly struck, but they somehow clung to life.
Oh, my God.
To make it worse, the victim's son was inside the store and witnessed all the horror unfold.
Oh.
Police later arrested the suspect, a 36-year-old man who lived just across the street.
What? Bro, no, do not tell me this is over Mayo, chat.
Charged with multiple felonies and later booked that same night. Investigators said the entire incident started simply because he thought there was too much mayo on his sandwich.
What?
Wild Wing.
No, don't just next, bro. This is a serious matter. Oh my God. 6 stories with the 27 months talk about I'll soak you in mayo. You know what, buddy? You know what? I'll allow it. Yo, chat, this all happened. Somebody lost their life because of mayo, bro. Because there was too much mayonnaise on a sandwich. And like, you could say, oh my God, this is avoidable. But like me looking at it, I feel like this might happen to me as well, because I'm somebody, like, I'm not trying to take no disrespect, bro. So if I'm working and you're coming into my establishment talking crazy to me, bro, I'm gonna talk back. I'm gonna talk crazy back, which is not good, bro. Always just tell the customer, bro, you're right, bro. Let me just make you the sandwich, bro. Relax. But nah, I'm saying, like, don't come in here disrespecting me, bro. because we gonna get active, and you know that's not good. But I mean, you know, this scenario is really bad.
And later booked that same night. Investigators said the entire incident started simply because he thought there was too much mayo on his sandwich.
Oh, he thought.
Wild Wings. It was just after 5:30 p.m. at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Burlington, Massachusetts. The dinner rush was minutes away, and employees were scrambling to prep the floor, the food, and the restaurant. That's when a simple routine cleaning would escalate into a complete catastrophe. You see, earlier that day, a worker had to mop the kitchen floor with a standard acid-based cleaner. Just a little bit later, another worker followed up with more mopping to prepare for the upcoming dinner rush.
Right.
The only issue was that he was using a chlorine bleach product. The two chemical cleaners clearly state that they should never be mixed, and the employee had just begun mopping the entire floor, entirely mixing the two. On contact, the chemicals fused into a bubbling green explosion. They created a dangerous, foaming, toxic mixture that began pumping out lethal gas at
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like it's the gas, right? Because then it's gonna start burning, and then if it gets on your eyes, and especially like inside of you, your nose. Yeah, look, chat, I'm locked in. Y'all are not locked in, bro. Y'all not paying attention in class. Chlorine gas causes burning of the eyes, nose, and throat, as well as a cough. More serious exposure can cause damage to the lungs and lead to shortness of breath, wheezing, hoarseness, chest pain, upper airway swelling and obstruction, and pneumonia. Burns to the skin and eyes can occur when exposure to the gas or higher concentration hypochlorite solution. I don't even know what that means, but yeah, this is actually very serious, bro. Anytime like, especially with cleaning products, I don't know if y'all seen people like on the internet mix a lot of them. That's not good, bro. You should not be mixing different types of cleaning products because the gas that comes from that, yeah, it's not good for you, obviously. Don't expose yourself to that.
They created a dangerous, foaming, toxic mixture that began pumping out lethal gas at high doses. The fumes spread instantly. Employees began coughing, their eyes burning, and their lungs felt like they caught on fire. One by one, people ran for the exit.
Okay,
but
good.
The floor was already slick with danger. That's when the manager of the building acted fast and grabbed a squeegee. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was only thinking about his team and his customers. He ran out to the floor and began pushing the toxic sludge toward a drain, trying to contain it before more people could get injured.
Oh, that's a lot.
But unfortunately, the fumes overwhelmed him.
Yeah.
His chest tightened, his lungs burned, and within moments, he completely collapsed.
Oh, no.
Co-workers and bystanders tried desperately to get him outside, but the fumes were too strong. By the time they got to him, it was already too late.
Oh my God.
13 people were hospitalized that day.
Yeah,
And tragically,
bro, 13 workers, and like, yo, it's fast. Like, as soon as they mix, boom, done. Like, you gotta get out, bro.
the only one who didn't make it out was the manager.
Oof.
The McDonald's incident. It was the early hours of a Sunday morning.
Yo, I
in
feel like the
Lima.
worst one is gonna be, yo, what's the one with, oh, the Waffle House, right? Because it's notorious for like people fighting in it. And I feel like some people have lost their lives on that.
It was the early hours of a Sunday morning in Lima, Peru. At a McDonald's in the Pueblo Libre district,
Peru.
the kitchen crew was wrapping up another long, grueling shift. A young 19-year-old woman and her 18-year-old boyfriend were finishing up that night. The two had plans to attend college, and they were both saving up heavily to continue their studies. Unfortunately enough, this night would ensure that they didn't ever see that dream. According to police, the 19-year-old was cleaning a soda machine when it delivered a strong electric shock. Her body jolted violently, not being able to handle the voltage. Gabriel panicked. Desperate to save her, he quickly dropped what he was doing and rushed in to help. But the moment he touched her, the same current began surging
Oh my,
through him too.
that's not
Sadly,
fair.
it immediately finished him. By the time emergency responders arrived, both of the employees were already done for. Reports surfaced that the 19-year-old had complained about being forced to clean equipment without proper gloves or boots.
Bro, that's not fair. Like, what? Like, you're cleaning? I mean, unless like it's actually like this is an actual thing, like you're not supposed to clean you know, vending machines or anything, whatever, with like a certain chemical. But that is crazy how you're just cleaning and then this thing just shocks you. But not just a shock. This shit electrifies your shit, burns you to a crisp. That's messed up, bro. How are you supposed to know?
While
Or like,
also complaining of being pushed into 12-hour shifts without adequate safety gear. Tina's burrito.
no, but I want to know the science of that. Why did it do that? Why did the vending machine do that? Especially that high voltage, bro. Realize how they look young? Oh, no, they are. They said, I think the girl's 19 and the boy's 18.
Time
And they were
emergency
saving stuff for
responders
college.
arrived, both of the employees were already done for.
Crazy.
Tina's Burritos.
Oh,
It was just
super
another night
lethal.
in Vernon, California, a strange industrial pocket just south of downtown Los Angeles, the kind of place with only a couple hundred residents, but sprawling with massive factories that keep the city supplied. One of those factories is Tina's Burritos, a plant that's been churning out frozen burritos for over 40 years, producing nearly 1 million burritos per day.
Damn.
But on this night, the factory floor turned into the scene of a nightmare. At around 9 p.m., a 19-year-old custodian was tasked with tending to the plant's massive meat grinder. The contraption was full with burrito meat and was waiting to be cleaned. And so, as expected to by his job, he began climbing into the inside of the machine to clean it. In this case,
And let me guess, the machine was on, or maybe yeah, exactly. The machine was on, but because of all the meat in it, it wasn't moving, so he thought it was off. Chat, you have to, bro. This is so scary, bro. Anytime there's like machinery involved, and my brother was telling me about this because he works for like fixing, yeah, same thing, like heavy machinery, bro. You have to make sure it's off. Even if you think it is or you see that it is, double, triple, quadruple check, bro. This is crazy. Oh my God.
the burrito meat grinding machine was not locked, nor was it secure.
Oh.
It's still unclear as to whether an item fell and caused the machine to turn on, or if an employee decided to try to make another batch of burrito meat. But, unfortunately, while the 19-year-old was inside of the machine cleaning out the meat, he would hear the industrial mechanism slowly power up and lock into place.
Ooh.
The man panicked and shouted for the machine to be turned off, but his cries fell on deaf ears. Once fully turned on, the machine began grinding. His screams echoed across the factory, finally grasping the attention of workers who then rushed to stop the machine. But by the time it finally shut down, there was nothing anyone could do.
He became the meat.
Paramedics and firefighters arrived, but the scene was already unspeakable. The young man's fate was already sealed. Unfortunately, he was gone in a way too dreadful to describe. The plant shut down immediately. OSHA investigators arrived, and like similar tragedies before, first responders were faced with the grim task of recovering what was left of his.
Yeah.
The process nearly took an hour for them to complete.
Yeah.
Life wasn't always like this. There was a time where we didn't have a Whataburger or McDonald's, but rather just nuts, berries, and whatever else we could find to eat that
Bro,
day.
shout out to the first responders, bro. Nurses, doctors, police officers, firefighters, whoever it is, bro, whoever shows up to these scenes, because when something bad happens, right, which is most of the time they're called, they have to deal with it. Car crashes, stuff like this, bro, accidents, whatever it is, they have to clean it up. The fact that they have it in themselves to, bro, I would not be able to do this, bro. Just thinking about what happened or what we were called for, like, wait, what do you mean he was in the meat grinder? And then I approach it, and is this? Hell no. Hell no.
Nowadays, you have access to places like these for a quick meal if you're in a rush. Fast food is extremely unhealthy, and you should never make it a habit to eat it. But if you do find yourself at one of the stores, have patience with the employees. It's a grueling industry to work in.
True.
With no further ado, have a happy day.
That is true. I love how he said that because, bro, one thing I would never do is talk back to someone. Well, maybe talk back is fine, but be rude to someone that's handling my food, bro. If you made a mistake, all right, no problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take your time. I'm patient. Like, I got, even if I'm in a rush, like, bro, the people that are handling your food, they have all the power now, by the way. You know what I'm saying? They could put anything in your food. They could spit in your food, bro. I care about my food, so I would never like talk crazy to anybody that's handling my meat. What? Handling my food, bro. You feel me? Plus, bro, we know of these jobs, bro. Just be nice to people, man. Yeah, I'm not disrespecting nobody that be handling my food, bro. I love how he ends these videos. Chat, I feel better looking at this dog. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that is crazy. Yo, Talking Hat W video, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. The tone he sets and like the way he tells these stories, bro, crazy. Crazy. I wouldn't be disrespectful to someone that's taking time to make my food. Never disrespect fast food employees. They don't care about their jobs and can easily fuck your whole day up. Exactly. They know that if they lose that job, they can go and get another one. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's true what you said. Yo, Mr. Reaper, W 18 months, twin.